The Chakralytics Show.
Namaste. Are you wondering on what kind of phases you're going through when you're doing inner work, or how this process may look like, or how it may unfold or evolve? Based on my experience of over a decade of going through a deep transformational process and the research that I've done, I've been contemplating on different phases within inner work. And these different phases are a phase of misalignment, a phase of withdrawal, then a phase of exploration, where we can do like self-exploration for what is going on, and research. Then we have a phase I'm calling letting go phase, or the grief phase. And then there comes a clarity phase, and then there comes the alignment and flow phase, integration phase. And we can see that this is happening on a big scale. It flows more and more as we're doing inner work for a longer time, and we're going through this transformational process for a longer period of time. It becomes easier and easier to flow with these waves of being triggered by new things, and new things unfolding and moving through. But even when we're at a later stage, we may see this process returning again, that we're going through these phases when we're being triggered by new things. I will now give a short concept overview of these phases. The first phase is the misalignment phase. The misalignment phase I would suggest to see as the phase in which we're feeling anxiety or depression, or we feel out of touch with ourselves. We feel that there's a misalignment, or we feel an obstacle, or we aren't happy with our current situation. We would like to change. And I feel like this is a necessary phase in the transformational process. This is a pointer for us to see, oh, hey, there's something that I would like to work through. There's something that I would like to maybe transform, doing inner alchemy and embracing and dissolve these emotions and these blockages that I experience. So I experience a deeper inner freedom. So it's kind of the initiator, these emotions and this misalignment, to go into this process. Then there's a phase of withdrawal. And this phase of withdrawal may seem like when we're experiencing contractions, for example, in a relationship with someone else, or in a current situation. I've created a video on this, on withdrawal. I will show it over here. And withdrawal is like a first step of, I explained it over there, that when we're drinking a cup of tea or a bowl of soup and we're completely with our head in the cup of tea, we're not seeing the borders anymore. We're not having an overview of the cup anymore. We're completely engaged in drinking the cup of tea. And when we withdraw, we take a step backwards and we can have a clear overview of what is going on. We can see the patterns that we're in. We can see the thoughts that we were engaged in, and we can have a clear view of the interactions that we had with the person, or the dynamics that are there. So withdrawal is that step back from our current situation, just to have a little bit of breathing room and a little bit of space to see what is going on there. Then this phase leads into the exploration phase. So that's something that naturally occurs, I feel, when we're withdrawing. So that was the step back. Then we go into exploration phase. Okay, what is going on here? What do I experience? And what is this exactly? And this can also be accompanied by doing research into the topics and create a deeper understanding of what is going on here, what kind of contractions are here, and perhaps look for possible solutions for it or ways to work through it. And then there is a phase of letting go of these contractions, perhaps letting go of the people that aren't aligning anymore with your current state of consciousness, or situations that you feel, okay, perhaps this isn't right for me anymore. I have to let this go, embrace it, and accept that this isn't aligning anymore, and I have to move on to a new experience with old friends, for example. This is like a letting go phase, and maybe a grieving phase. You may feel sad to let things go, or we often are seen as habitual animals. We like to stick to what is known, and we have to go out of our comfort zone now. So this may also need a bit of courage here to let things go and to trust in the process that something new will come into our experience. And this, I feel, is like going into the clarity phase. Okay, I know now what is going on. I know now that I have to do this, that I have to let this go. And I'm taking this action, and I have explored and studied and perhaps have come to a practice or the solution of what I need to do to move on, what I need to do to embrace and dissolve these contractions. Or I'm thinking about a daily ritual, daily practice that I can do to embrace and dissolve these contractions and meet these contractions. So this phase feels like empowered, and I know what to do. I'm taking action. I feel it's a grounding phase, I feel. And from there comes an alignment and flow phase and an integration phase. We may integrate it in our lives. So we have perceived this clarity, and we can move with clarity. And now we can align our experience with this new insight. We can take this action of moving to a new job, saying goodbye to old friends or people that aren't aligning with us anymore, and moving with this change. Okay, we're going in this direction and integrating this in our daily lives and in our daily experience. And I feel like this is how it may unfold. So we're flowing, we're integrating again, and we feel this deeper sense of inner freedom and this deepened inner alignment by having moved through these phases, having done the work. And then when we're going into this new phase, then again, new things may come up. We may feel, oh, there's again an obstacle in our experience. But we feel that we're on our path of alignment. And still there can come up obstacles and misalignments and contractions in that sense. And then again, we go, okay, we experience this misalignment. We can go into the withdrawal phase, taking a step back. What do I experience here? Doing this self-exploration and this research, coming into the deeper understanding of what is going on, perhaps finding a solution, letting go of these contractions, embracing and letting go of these contractions, maybe grieving about letting go again, certain aspects of the experience. And then we come again into clarity phase. All right, I feel empowered, grounded, and deepened clarity on the path that I'm walking on. And we integrate it again in our lives. We flow in alignment and we integrate it again. And when we're going through this process again and again, we deepen our self-alignment more and more and more and more. Our path becomes I would say, clearer and clearer in the sense of direction, and we are coming to understand ourselves more deeply and more deeply and more deeply, and understand of what is important for us. We increase this discerning capacity or discriminating capacity of what is true for us and what isn't true for us, and this discerning capacity of what is important for us, what isn't important for us, what feels true to us, what doesn't feel true to us. And going through this process again and again and again, there comes maybe a bit of unshakableness, I would say. It's like, all right, okay, even though I experience these obstacles and these things, I know and I feel aligned that this is the path that I am walking on. And I've trust in self that I can work through these obstacles. And yeah, it becomes a bit of a play. It's the journey, understanding that every time there comes something up and we work through it, we experience a deeper sense of inner freedom. And then we expand ourselves and our capacity and maybe our abundance. And in this way, life unfolds. So thank you for watching. And if you like the content that we're creating, I warmly invite you to like and to subscribe. And if you have any questions or reflections on this topic, I warmly invite you to share them in the comments below. Bless you on your journey. Namaste.